And money, that's what I want. This is what Mike Gallagher said as he walked into a bank yesterday for what should have been exactly. Well, you thought
my money.
For
Can
what
I have my money?
For what should have been the most routine, untalk show worthy. Look, 53 things are going on, and as we showed the audience yesterday in doing 10 minutes of landman talk, which I heard about.
I finished it last night. Wowza!
We do a wide variety of things. It's okay. It's part of our charm.
Just hang with us.
We'll get you there.
We'll get to the end of the world any minute now.
We will chronicle the apocalypse for you when it happens.
Armageddon at 7:45.
Got it done. Got it done.
Okay.
But for now, you walk into the bank, and as will sometimes happen, you wanted some cash, and it was a smidge above what the ATM would give you, so it involved interacting with a real human being, and the story goes from there.
Well, let's first stipulate, and I think you'll agree with this, things happen to me that don't happen to anybody else.
Or when they do, they just become ramped up in the drama.
No, but think about this. You and I have had a lot of time on this planet. We've circled around the sun quite a bit between the two of us. In your lifetime, have you ever walked into your own bank, seen a teller who knows you?
Yes,
you withdraw money, and she wants you to tell her how you're going to spend your money. Has that ever happened to you in your life?
No.
Okay, thank you. And I can guarantee you, I think it hasn't happened to most people. So here, and this went viral when I posted it on X yesterday, so I know people can relate to it. And there were a couple of people defending the teller, and I can't quite understand the defense.
We're the official talk shows of bank employees, so we're going to need some help to explain what happened to Mike. So you go up to the window and...
I stroll in, and again, as you said, the withdrawal amount that I wanted to withdraw was over what the ATM limit is, the daily ATM limit. Doesn't matter if you go 5 times. Once you hit that limit, you can't take any more out. So I thought, well, I got to go in. You remember the commercial? Have you ever been to the bank? The little boy who says, "Daddy, you going to go to the bank? Have you ever been to the bank?" And it was a great reminder. I thought the same thing. I go up to this lady, very polite. I said, and I'll tell you the amount so people know what we're talking about here, because that matters. Because I do think there's supposed to be an accounting for transactions to the government of $10,000 or more.
Well, sure, that's the one thing the one asterisk that I was going to identify is if I go in and I want 10 grand, maybe there's paperwork so that I'm not money laundering or paying off a cartel. I don't even like that because, as you've said, doggone it, it's my money and none of their business. But, at that level, okay, maybe. But
I think it's a piece of federal legislation. I believe that every transaction you do at the bank, $10,000 or more, there's a notification sent to the feds. I'm almost positive I'm right on that. But nonetheless, this wasn't 10. It was 4, okay? $4,000. I wanted to take it from, and, in a quick story, people think I'm a real-life Daddy Warbucks. Yes. I'm not a gazillionaire, but I had an account at a bank in New York that's a national, well-known bank. When I moved to Florida, there was another branch that was even more convenient, so I opened up a second account. So I have an account at these two banks. And once in a while, I move money between those two accounts. One account's getting low, just normal stuff.
Can't you do that on your phone in 30 seconds like I do?
No, because when it's like two competing banks, it takes days to do that. Internal transfers are instantaneous.
It's a wire transfer. Is institutional.
Right, and I didn't want to wait.
Why not just get the stupid money, walk it across the street?
Right. I don't want to check to bounce, so I want to get the money over. So I go in. Hey, I'd like there's a little bit. And I told the lady, there's a little more than the ATM, so I'm here. Can I get $4,000? Yeah. So she counts out $4,000. After she counts it out, and she hasn't given it to me yet. She says, "Okay, and just what exactly will this transaction be used for?"
And she meant it, because I thought they were just being. This is Florida. People are folksy. In Texas, what are you going to do? You going to buy you a truck? I don't know.
This was a policy question. She said, and I said, "Pardon me?" She said, I almost, my head, the smoke was starting to come out of the back of my head. I said, "Pardon me?" She said, "Can you tell me what this transaction will be used for?" Yeah. And I was too flummoxed. I was too dumbfounded to think on my feet and say, I'm using it for None Ya Business USA.
One of the most famous. You put this on Twitter, and at least half of the first 100 where you should told her hookers and blow.
Hookers and blow, yeah. Or the cartels. I'm sending it to the cartels.
So full Hunter.
But I was so flabbergasted that I told her, you know what I said?
What?
I told her the truth. I said, well, I'm taking it out of this bank because I've got another account over here, and I'm going to take it over to that bank and put it in there.
Did you beat yourself to death in the parking lot afterward for saying I should not have answered that question? I
should have told her to go pound salt.
Yes.
But no, so now let's be pragmatic. Mm-hmm. What would the wrong answer have been? In other words, what answer could I give her about my own stinking money?
Where she'd refuse to give it to you?
That would have precluded her from giving me my own money.
Help me get these story in order. Had she given it to you already?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No, she kept it on her side of the window. Mm-hmm. She had counted it out, but she hadn't given it to me yet. So I'm thinking
she's dangling it in front of your face.
Yeah, like a carrot on a stick. You want your own money? You want your money? Oh, what are you going to do with it? You going to go to the store?
Yeah.
You're going to go. What am I supposed to say to her that would have prevented? Right. And you know what I'm thinking today? And I'm serious. I'm still mad about it, as you can tell. I'm going back today to the bank. I'm going to ask this. I'm going to pull a Karen.
See a manager. No.
I'm going to ask for the bank manager and just say, can you explain to me why that happened?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I wish I knew. Can you help me understand, Mark, why she would ask that?
Okay. The text lines are springing to life.
Mine too. My number is 800-655-MIKE. What's yours?
800-655-MIKE. Mine, of course, is 866-660-5759. Same as the call-in number.
Right. Same as the call-in number. 800-655-6453.
Very good. One says banks are required to do a soft notification above 3,000 and written notification with filled out paperwork at 10,000. A soft notification.
What does that mean?
What?
A soft notification to the government?
Yeah.
To withdraw your own money?
At 3,000. Ooh.
At 3,000 or more?
And if you had said, and it's kind of funny, Pound saying none of your business, you don't have to do that. But just if this were to happen to me, listen, big talker, if that happens to me today, I'm going to try this and say, well, that's not something I feel inclined to disclose to you since it's my money. Thank you very much.
I wonder if that puts up a red flag.
It probably does. I probably let away handcuffs at that point.
Now, here's the one that's the most infuriating explanation.
Yeah.
And I resent this in this my year number 65 on this planet.
I think he's crotchety before.
Mike, this is from Dallas. Yeah. You have reached the age where the bank tellers are looking out for you from scammers. Now, first of all, I am not decrepit. No. I am not being wheeled into the bank and barely speaking in a car. Do I look 100? I mean, I'm not kidding you. I know I'm going to be 65.
Vigorous and youthful.
Do I look like an old retired person that needs help from a scammer?
No.
And she knows me. I'm a customer. I've got a lot of money in that bank.
But let's say you're 93 and scarcely coherent, and you struggle through the question. Then is it kind of okay? I mean.
Well, if I'm a victim of a scam, how would I explain that to her? That Julio is out in the parking lot waiting for me?
There's a Nigerian prince who emailed me and told me to leave it in an envelope.
But that's my business.
It is. But
it's my business. It's my money. Absolutely. She has no right to know how I'm spending my money. Yep. I got 9 texts. Now, here's another one. Okay. They are making sure that people of an older age aren't being scammed. Hey, you're blocked, texter. Never again.
No, they're looking
you're
out
done.
For you. Even the texters are looking out for
you. Blocked. They asked me at McDonald's the other day if I wanted the senior discount, and I stormed out.
But I don't want the senior discount.
I don't want the senior discount. Man, I don't want it. I don't want AARP.
I've been taking those bad boys since I'm 55. I've been taking senior discounts for 12 years proudly.
I'm not acknowledging it. I'm not acknowledging it. I'm 39. I am 39 years old and holding. So anyway, thanks for all the advice. I mean, look, Tracy's all fired up about it. My producer, she said I would march in there today and take all of my money out of that bank. Well, when I went to the other bank,
maybe they have to. I don't know.
No, what to take 4,000? You can't take money out of your own account without them asking?
One of two things is true.
It's none of her business.
Either the bank has this as a policy and they're just being nosy, or there is some regulation that requires them to do so. And if
Big brother. Trump will fix it. I'll call President Trump next week. I'll be in D.C. I'll stop over the Oval Office and say, please fix the bank. Hey, I didn't hear. Let's get into some Armageddon stuff. I didn't hear. I was on a conference call when you were talking about Governor Abbott ordering the flags to be at full staff. or is it mast? I was getting confused.
Mast is on a ship. Staff is
on a full staff. Full staff rather than half staff. I believe President Trump doesn't like the flags being half staff. I have to confess, I must have a blind spot on this. You're going to have to, and I didn't hear your take on it, Mark. From my perspective. I don't understand how flags at half staff for a president who just died is in any way, shape, or form disrespectful to Donald Trump.
It's
and
not.
I do believe that putting them up at full staff is disrespectful to Carter.
But that's not either. It's just there. Do you think there's anybody? Here's the logic for putting them at full staff. It is a celebratory day in our country on a not singular, but on an incredibly rare moment of either transfer or continuation of power. It's a celebration of everything that's American for one day. We're going to reflect that celebratory spirit by having the flags at full staff, and then the following day they're right back down. Tack on a day at the end if you want to for President Carter. There is zero disrespect of Carter intended by this. Zero.
I guess. I mean, do you think it's disrespectful for Trump to have them at half staff?
I don't.
How does it diminish? In other words,
the flip side
how does it diminish? How does it diminish the inauguration in any way?
Because the flags at half staff indicate a stance of mourning, which we are in the aftermath of the Carter death, nationally speaking, and that seems like a disconnect from the celebratory spirit of the day.
I get it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that he really doesn't like. He loves the fact that every Trump hater loves the flags at half staff because they're in a stance of mourning because he won.
Oh, I get it.
Blah,
that
blah,
makes sense.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
so
that
there's
makes
no
sense.
wrong
I get
answer.
it.
I think you can take either side on that. I think, and so
Well, here's a good answer.
Sort of
Let's salute an American hero. Let's salute a brave, courageous entertainer named Carrie Underwood, who without a doubt is one of the biggest breakthrough stars in America, who is gonna be at the inauguration singing "America the Beautiful." Mark, that's a big deal. Do you understand that he's only had people like, no disrespect intended for people like Kid Rock, but he's not exactly an A-lister.
Exactly.
They're not exactly A-listers. This is an A-lister, and incidentally, she's getting buried by a lot of her people.
Modern country this is not your granddad's country. This is not, Hank Jr. and Hank Snow.
That's right. They're more woke than they used to be. But nonetheless, what a beautiful gesture, and good for her. And I'm glad she has the guts to do it. And finally, have you seen the video that's gone viral? And they've identified the guy, the Philadelphia Eagles fan berating the Packers fan Sunday.
I didn't see what was done. I saw people say, the post I saw said, it was a freeze frame of the guy who said, I'm an Eagles fan. He said, I'm all about, getting into it in a kind of a playful way with visiting fans. It's what we're known for, but this was wrong and shouldn't have happened. And I confess I did not know what the person did. So tell me.
Well, in a nutshell, the guy's been identified. They know who he is now, and where he works. He called her filthy names. He called her horrible names, and he's an Eagles fan. Now, let me just tell you, that's the least.
They're kind of known for this.
Oh, that's the least surprising story I've ever covered in my life.
That's the stadium you least want to go into wearing the regalia of the other team.
Well, that's amazing you said that. I posted this on X 30 seconds. Years ago, my son Matthew, who is a diehard, devoted Dallas Cowboys fan, wanted to see the Cowboys play the Eagles in Philadelphia.
Made a mistake.
And he said, Dad, I said, okay, let's go. He goes, and I'm going to wear my jersey. I said, Matt,
don't do it.
Let me tell you something. That kid at 13 learned more about the human anatomy.
So we did it? So we did it?
Oh, we did it. And it was one of the most miserable afternoons of my life.
I know. Okay.
It was, and I thought how these grown men, and it was almost all men, it wasn't a lot of women, but there were some women, how these grown men want to berate a 13-year-old boy for sitting there in the stands.
It's a half of 1% of the crowd, too. Please, how many people?
I don't know.
How many people?
Eagles fans are a different breed, man. You've seen them at Texas Stadium, Cowboy Stadium. I mean, they're beyond. And so this guy's life is ruined. I mean, they're already his employer, and he works. Check this out. He works in the hospitality industry.
Sorry.
So there's some irony for you. But not a lot of hospitality.
Can't start a talk show when we're already late. But should he lose that? Should they lose that gig? Or this is so tough in the social media world. Part of me,
it's tough.
Okay, well,
it's tough, but the guy's a world-class jerk. Clearly, I mean, and she was just a fan. She wasn't. It was, and it was anything she was doing. I don't think, but you know these video clips, and they go. Yeah, but you know what happens? No, aren't the Eagles the only ones that have like a judge and a courtroom and a jail in their stadium
for adjudication of crimes?
They booed Santa Claus. They're nuts. They're Eagles fans. All right, happy Tuesday. Countdown is on. We have a few more days till the national nightmare is over.
Mike's ready to go. 10 o'clock, as soon as we're done on 660 AM, The Answer.